Have you ever wondered if there's a better way to teach a kid how to count? Beyond just chanting 1, 2, 3. Well, today we're going to dig into a totally different way of thinking about it, the Montessori approach to numbers.
We've all heard it, right? That little chant? It's kind of cute. But here's the real question. When a kid chants the word 3, do they actually get what 3 is? Or is it just the line from a song they've memorized?
And that really gets to the heart of the problem the Montessori method is trying to solve. Is a number just a word you say in order, or is it a real, actual thing you can feel and understand? In the Montessori world, the answer to that is a hard no. See, just memorizing stuff can make it look like you know something, but real mathematical thinking, the kind of foundation you need for, everything from algebra to just balancing your budget, that requires something way deeper.
And that something deeper is this huge shift in thinking. Before a child even learns what the numeral 3 looks like on a page, they first learn what 3 feels like.
This lays out the difference perfectly. The traditional way is what you could call head before hands. You memorize the symbol first. Montessori just flips that completely. It's all about hands before head. A kid gets to experience the quantity first, the weight of it, the length of it, the actual physical amount, long before they ever try to connect a symbol to it.
So how do they actually do this? Well, it's not with worksheets or flashcards. It's with this really brilliantly designed set of physical tools. Let's take a look at the starter pack, basically, for learning the numbers 1 through 10.
So these are the big ones. And what's so smart about this is that each of these tools is designed to teach just one specific concept at a time. It's not about overwhelming a child with a bunch of ideas. It's about building real understanding, one concrete piece at a time.
Everything really kicks off with these number rods. Just picture it. You're holding the 1 rod in your hand, and then you pick up the 10 rod. You can literally feel the difference in weight. You can see the difference in length. This isn't some abstract idea anymore. It's a physical thing. You are actually holding quantity.
So once a child starts to get that physical idea of quantity, then they're introduced to the symbol with these sandpaper numbers. They trace the gritty shape with their fingers, and while they're doing it, they say the number's name out loud. This builds all these different connections in the brain. It's linking movement, touch, and sound all to this one concept.
And this part is just genius. I mean, how do you teach a child about nothing? Well, with these spindle boxes. A kid places the right number of spindles in each little compartment. 1 spindle in the 1 box, 2 in the 2 box, and so on, until they get to the last compartment, the one labeled 0. They look in their basket of spindles, they see it's empty, and boom! They have a real, concrete experience of what 0 actually means. An empty set. It's a quantity of nothing.
Now, this is really important. These tools aren't just used in any old order. They are part of a very deliberate, very logical path. Let's walk through how this journey builds a complete picture of numbers all the way up to 10.
This sequence is really the secret sauce. Notice how it moves from something totally concrete to something a little more abstract. It starts with a purely physical experience, the rods. Then it brings in the symbol, through touch. And only then does it ask the child to connect the two. It's all layered. You go from feeling to tracing to matching. And that ensures that by the time they're actually counting things, the number isn't just a word anymore. It's a concept they deeply understand, because each step built on the one before it.
Let's just pause on 0 for a second, because this is huge. We saw how the spindle box introduces it, but it's really worth pointing out just how different this is. For a little kid, the idea of nothing is super abstract. So how does Montessori make it real?
Yeah, unlike a lot of other ways of teaching where 0 is just kind of tacked on at the end, here it's a genuine discovery. It's the feeling of an empty hand, the sight of an empty box. 0 becomes a quantity you can actually understand because you've experienced what it feels like when it's not there.
And all of this brings us full circle, right back to where we started. The end result of this whole process is a child who isn't just chanting numbers, but one who has this deep, intuitive feel for what they actually mean. And you can literally see this happen. When a child carefully places 5 little counters under the symbol for 5, there's this look on their face. It's not just, I got it right. It's a look of pure discovery. That's the joy of really getting it, not just the pride of having memorized something.
This quote just nails the whole philosophy, doesn't it? Numbers stop being these abstract things floating around in your head. Instead, they become a real, lived part of a child's world, something you can touch and see and truly feel.
So, let's just end with this thought. Imagine for a second, what if your own first experience with math wasn't about memorizing flashcards, but about physically discovering how numbers and quantities relate to each other? How might that change the way we see the entire world of mathematics?